150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
After stunning the boxing world with his win over Canelo Alvarez, Terence "Bud" Crawford sent a clear message to Floyd Mayweather that wasn't about money or records, but about legacy. Floyd, never one to stay silent, quickly responded by brushing off Crawford's victory and reminding fans why he still calls himself the greatest ever. This is more than simple back-and-forth talk, it's a clash of eras and achievements, with Crawford ruling the pound-for-pound rankings and Floyd owning the perfect record, massive pay-per-views, and global fame, and for the first time, their legacies are being compared head-on.
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is...
To understand why Crawford made that statement, you have to look back to Las Vegas on September 13th, when he stepped into the ring against Canelo Alvarez after jumping 2 weight divisions and giving up a clear size advantage while most fans believed he had no chance. Over 12 rounds, Crawford completely controlled the fight, neutralized Canelo's power, landed the cleaner and more accurate punches, and made history by becoming the first boxer ever to claim undisputed titles in 3 separate weight classes.
Through and you've seen enough guys that the game is taken from. It's a hard game to get through. Can you get a better ending than tonight? I mean, really?
Not at all. Not at all. This is the top of the top. Canelo is an all-time great. Like I said before, he's the last one.
He was the A side of the age.
There's no more Canelos,
So,
there's no more. So, when you look around, you say, I'm the Canelo, I'm the face of boxing now, and I'm the best pound for pound fighter in the world, like I've always been.
That win was more than just a victory. It was a historic performance that shifted opinions, changed long-held narratives, and completely reshaped how the boxing world talks about greatness.
As his feet, footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of
Hell
boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time for sure.
All of a sudden, fans weren't just labeling Bud as the pound-for-pound best. They were openly asking whether he might be greater than Floyd, and that's exactly where the tension began. Floyd built his entire image on being unbeatable, on becoming Money Mayweather and setting the standard for the sport. But Crawford's rise has been so powerful that it's now forcing people to rethink and question Floyd's long-held legacy.
Right.
What are we rating this on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we're going to know in the least amount of fights. I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
That's why Crawford came out strong with the claim that he put an asterisk on Floyd's legacy, because he understands this isn't just about beating fighters, it's about breaking the story Floyd controlled for years. When Crawford said he damaged Floyd's legacy, he wasn't asking to fight him or calling for a showdown in the ring. He was challenging the narrative itself, since Floyd's career was built on total control, choosing the timing of the Pacquiao fight, facing De La Hoya at the right moment, taking on a young Canelo and never giving fans a real reason to question his dominance.
You see, I mean, yeah. And not knocking the guys that paved the way. And I want to come on record and say, I'm appreciative for guys like Sugar Ray Robinson and Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. So many guys that paved the way for me. But there's only one Floyd Mayweather. These fighters are not better than me. You look at the numbers, they say, oh, Canelo may end up beating more world champions than Floyd Mayweather. Boy, he should. With almost, 80 and 90 fights, he should. I beat more world champions than any fighter in history. I'm 50-0, but half of my fights was...
But Crawford is wired differently, always chasing greatness without waiting for the right moment to protect his image. He didn't wait for Spence to fade, he destroyed him at his absolute best, and he didn't face Canelo on the decline either. He beat him at super middleweight, the very division Canelo had dominated.
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this training before, so...
Yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he can do whatever he want to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
What Bud was really saying was simple. He's the one willing to take risks that Floyd never took. And when people look back and compare their legacies, that boldness is the detail that will stand out and be remembered.
You just realized everything that you achieved, the moment just hit you then?
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's just, you know, the history, you know, behind the sport is just everything that, you know, I trained for my whole life. It all was, you know, coming out that one night. That was all paying off. You know, you have a lot of people that, you know, adopted this narrative that Terence Crawford can't sell, Terence Crawford is not marketable, you know, and they push the narrative to the public, and that's all people write about. Oh, Terence Crawford can't do this, Terence Crawford can't do that. But anyone in Terence Crawford fights, you see a sold out crowd, you know, but they wasn't talking about that. They was talking about how, you know, marketable I'm not, you know, and that kind of was hurting my career because, you know, a lot of people was looking at me and said, oh yeah, they said he's not marketable. Or they said he's not, you know, don't have a personality, things like that, because I didn't want to do things their way. I didn't want to put on a show. I didn't want to disrespect my opponents when they wasn't disrespecting me.
Right.
I wasn't, you know, I'm not a guy that, you know, wear jewelry for no reason. You know, just the things that I didn't want to do that they wanted me to do. You know, they go out there and say, oh, well, they lost money on me. You know, it's just crazy though to see me headline, you know, not one of the largest attending fight in American history. In American history.
For Crawford, legacy goes far beyond an undefeated record. It's about the opponents you faced, the timing of those fights, and the way you won them, which is why he believes he can challenge Floyd's place at the top. But as expected, Floyd didn't stay quiet and, in true money fashion, brushed off Crawford's victory by claiming Canelo wasn't elite, calling Bud's resume thin, and saying a couple of big wins don't make someone the greatest ever, while pointing to his perfect 50-0 record, record-breaking paydays, and the fact that no opponent ever truly figured him out, making it clear that in Floyd's view, Crawford isn't changing history. He's simply benefiting from the path Floyd already built.
Fighter that will ever be better than me. There's no fighter that wasn't better than me before me or after me or when I'm long gone.
The harshest moment came when Floyd brushed off Crawford completely, making it clear he doesn't see him as a threat to his legacy. Floyd said that when people talk about greatness, his name is the one that comes up, and that's the end of the discussion. In his view, Crawford can't reach a legacy that's already set in stone. It was Floyd's way of saying that the throne is taken, the king can't be removed, and at best, others can only follow in his footsteps.
It's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference.
The reality is this debate matters. Floyd's legacy stands on flawless records, 50 wins without a loss, never touching the canvas, beating elite names, and ruling the pay-per-view era while turning boxing into a massive business machine. Crawford's legacy is about chasing greatness without hesitation, becoming a 3-time undisputed champion across 5 divisions and defeating Spence and Canelo back-to-back at age 38. He fights with no fear and total control, and that's why this argument cuts deep, as it comes down to protection versus risk, money versus achievement, and control versus bravery. Floyd will always claim he was the smartest fighter, while Crawford will always stand on being the bravest. And that's exactly why Crawford's words hit so hard, because they challenged the one thing Floyd values more than money, his legacy and his position in boxing history.
When I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, you know, but for me, I knew I could do it and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it, but, you know, I think I was the better man tonight.
And the numbers back it up, as the Netflix fight packed a full stadium, trended worldwide, and pulled in one of the largest global boxing audiences seen since the Mayweather versus Pacquiao event.
Got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists, you know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Here's the truth. Floyd doesn't respond like this unless he feels his position is under pressure. And right now that pressure is real because Crawford isn't just winning fights, he's winning fans. He's the pound-for-pound #1, the man who defeated Canelo when few believed it was possible, and the fighter now being labeled the GOAT by younger champions, former legends, and top analysts across the sport.
On the all-time list, man.
At least top 10.
At least
top 10 or top 15, easily, you know. There's guys that we may not know of or heard of, like Henry Armstrong. Simultaneously, he was 3 divisions carrying all 3 weight divisions at the same time.
Which performance was better? I don't like to compare them, but Crawford or Mayweather's over Canelo. Like it's just different.
It's just different styles, different looks, you know. But the punching, the output that he was giving Canelo, definitely gave him the win.
That's why Floyd fires back, not because Bud disrespected him, but because Bud is stepping into his territory with the pound-for-pound crown, the big headlines, and the spotlight now all belonging to Crawford. And for the first time since Floyd retired, fans aren't asking what Floyd would do, they're asking if Bud is actually better. The twist is that Crawford isn't chasing Floyd at all, as he has always shown respect, called him one of the greats, trained with him, and admitted Floyd influenced him, never begging for a fight or needing approval. That's what makes this moment different, because Bud's comment wasn't about clout or money, it was about being honest, believing that risk, courage, and achievement matter more than a perfect record that was carefully guarded. Crawford knows fighting Floyd now would add nothing since Floyd is retired, 48 years old, and long past his peak, so beating him would prove nothing, which is why Bud dismisses the idea, confident his legacy is already locked in while the boxing world watches it unfold.
Sugar Ray Robinson. That's correct.
I didn't even see that.
I YouTubed him, nigga. I YouTubed him. He on YouTube. Check the YouTube.
It was buns.
Nah, it's like
buns. It was buns.
Sugar Ray Robinson is buns. No, you're wild. We're not standing for that.
Buns.
Listen, it's like this. It's like this. It's like
boxing has evolved, bro.
It has, but I'm saying
and Sugar Ray Robinson didn't even know how to pick his hands up.
Hold up, it's like
watch
this.
him fight Jake LaMotta. He was hitting that nigga with non-stop hooks. Over and over.
But you're not counting like this. That's like saying Wilt Chamberlain. That's like saying Wilt Chamberlain is not that. If you dominate in the era where you're doing shit that nobody does in the era, nobody was doing that.
Wilt Chamberlain, did they have a 3-point line?
No.
Oh, I don't want to hear about him.
He scored 100 points.
It
don't matter what he did. 100 of these, nigga. 100 of these.
That's ass.
Nah, you gotta stop.
Some legends back Floyd, saying numbers and money tell the real story, that a perfect 50-0 record can't be touched and no one will ever match the way he controlled boxing. Others lean toward Crawford, viewing him as the fighter who did what Floyd avoided, moving up in weight, taking real risks, and facing anyone at any time. To them, he's the pound-for-pound leader and the true great of this era, with analysts like Max Kellerman even pointing out that Crawford's willingness to fight everyone puts him ahead of Floyd in certain areas, a strong opinion that Floyd clearly isn't ignoring.
In this one, 115? No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division.
Get them all.
Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter, then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship, and then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts, including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight.
Now the focus has shifted from Crawford versus Canelo to Crawford versus Mayweather's legacy, and in many ways that's an even harsher battle. From here, Floyd will likely keep talking, downplaying Bud's resume, pointing to his 50-0 record, and presenting himself as untouchable, possibly even floating an exhibition to stay in the spotlight. Crawford doesn't need to answer back because his performances do the talking, as he just defeated Canelo, made history at 38, and is already being hailed as the pound-for-pound king. This debate isn't ending anytime soon though, because the moment Crawford spoke up, he sparked something in Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd never allows a challenge to linger without trying to manage the narrative.
Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason. But Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds. And in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
And I'm going to tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy.
Right now, I think Crawford is a little better than Mayweather, but Canelo.
So that's the story. Terence Crawford challenged Floyd Mayweather by questioning his legacy, and Floyd responded by dismissing Bud's win, pointing to his flawless 50-0 record, and claiming his throne is untouchable. The debate now is simple: whose legacy stands taller, Floyd's perfect record or Bud's fearless pursuit of greatness? Share your thoughts in the comments, like the video, subscribe to Fight Field, and I'll see you in the next one.